afternoon.
Okay. So you're gonna have to use my computer.
You got the headphones?
Yeah, that's-
Oh, for the speakers, you mean? It's interesting.
Hey everybody.
Hello, folks.
So we are here live, kind of coming at you raw this week because we don't have our normal setup. So the sound quality could be a little questionable, but glad you're all here. We are live from AI Engineer Paris. So we are at Station F. But for those of you that don't know, Marvin, what is Station F?
So in France, Station F is a place like there's a big hall here. I mean, can we show that? This is a big place where there are a lot of French startups here, like 1,000, which seems pretty big, but I think it's a marginal number. Anyways, it's pretty big numbers of startups. And yeah, you can see big names like there is Kanto right there. I've seen some maybe local AWS teams, some Apple teams here, some other things that happening here. So that's pretty nice. The tech scene is here in Paris, so yeah, pretty good place.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of, gives me a little bit of YC vibes. You know, it's kind of a really cool place where there's a lot of startups, a lot of people working on tech. From what we heard, a lot of AI, as you'd expect, a lot of AI companies. Also here with Abi
Hello.
and Leonard from the team.
Hello.
So we have a whole bunch.
Bonjour.
We have a whole bunch of people from the Master team here, and wanted to give you a little updates on some of the stuff we're seeing on the conference floor, some of the stuff we've been learning, and maybe go meet some of the sponsors and see if we can find some cool AI demos. So that's the agenda for the day. Yeah. Anything, I guess, Marvin, so far from the conference that stuck out to you?
I mean, the place and the people obviously are amazing. You can have conversation with a lot of people. I've met a previous ex-colleague from Strapi which are apparently building some stuff around AI and might be using Mushroom under the hood, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
And then you can connect with people and etc. And I think there are a lot of conferences around MCPs. I've seen a bunch of them. You've
A
seen
lot
one.
of bullshit too.
We've seen a lot of talks about Neo4j, which is overly present, which is kind of nice. And yeah, a bunch of great things. What about you? What have you enjoyed so far?
Yeah, I thought so. One of the things at the keynote yesterday and it was actually Swix talking, said that the prediction was 2025 was going to be the year of agents, which I think we've all probably heard that. Everyone's asking what's an agent. They hear agent all the time. But I think one of the things that was mentioned is really it's 2025 to 2035 is the expectation is going to be the decade of agents, because it's not going to be something that just comes and goes. It's likely to, as we discover what an agent is, what are the best practices to build them, how do you scale them, that's going to take a long time. And so I think that is good validation for the stuff we're doing at Mastra, of course, but also it's good to hear that others are kind of thinking long term of how do we actually make these things work. It's not something where you can just figure it out and it just goes away. I think there's a lot for us still to learn. So I think it was more reassurance that other people are going through some of the same struggles. But what we also wanted to do, Abhi, we wanted to get you on the camera, and we're going to go walk the floor a little bit and maybe talk to some sponsors and maybe some random people. It might be a little noisy, so we'll see how the noise is, but we're going to do our best. And if you aren't able to attend the conference, hopefully you get a little taste of it and maybe learn some things about what some of the people are doing and why everyone's excited to be in Paris this week.
They are building crazy things.
Let's go.
All right. So
Can you guys hear me?
Marvin, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me
We
now?
can.
All right. Well, here we go. Also, Shane, feel free to join me whenever you like.
Once we make sure the technical, it's going to actually work, then I'll come down. And this is, he's probably went in a hallway. I imagine he'll come back when he gets outside the stairwell. Just frozen.
That's funny. We see some frames of Abhi in one place and then in another one. Teleportation exists.
But if you are watching this is a live show. So as many of you have probably watched before. If not, welcome. And you can chat with us. We're on X, we're on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube. So please just drop us a comment and we'll try to answer questions along the way. If there's anything specifically, if you're watching this, that you're curious about from AI Engineer Paris, or anything going on in the AI or agent world space, let us know. We'll definitely answer comments and questions along the way. All right, Abhi, you're back.
All right, so I'm at the bottom of Station F. It's lunchtime here. You see a bunch of people. I wonder if I could turn this camera around. Ooh. So it's sponsored by Koyeb. Oh, wait. We got to change that too. Well, it's all mirrored, but I don't know.
Conference Wi-Fi, you know? It's like you can never trust conference Wi-Fi.
Everybody's installing dependencies right now.
I keep getting cut off, huh?
Yeah.
There's just too many people here. It's fine. Let's figure it out.
Too many people on the conference Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Well, you can see there's a bunch of people here. And we're here at the Discovery track. This is where all these vendors are. So that's cool. There's Sam over there. What's up? And been giving out these books, as you know. That's cool. Sucks about the quality, but here we are.
Yeah, the quality is questionable.
I'm trying to find you from here.
Here's Alex.
Hello.
Hey, Alex.
Here's Ryan from Pursuit.
Hello.
What up?
On the ground floor.
On the ground floor. Keep going. There we go. Let's go to our. Let's go to our.
This was a good experiment.
Yeah.
But now we know conference Wi-Fi is not built for live streaming. But sometimes you have to test that theory. And so
Yeah.
that's what we did today. We were testing the theory of, can conference Wi-Fi hold up to a live stream? And the answer is the same as it was 10 years ago. No, it still can't. So, Abhi, we just decided we're testing the theory that conference Wi-Fi can handle live streaming, and the answer is no.
What do you,
That's so funny. Have we lost Abhi?
I think we lost him.
I can see Alex from here, but I cannot see Abhi.
I'm back. Excuse me.
Yeah.
All right. Is it better now?
Not really.
That's fun.
Yeah, we might have to call this. You know, we try some experiments, and some are good, and some weren't. This one might. You might be testing the limits of conference Wi-Fi capabilities.
Yeah.
I'm sure all the other people using the Wi-Fi are really happy with us.
Yeah. For sure. Well, we're gonna talk to our first guest first. We'll see how it goes. What up?
Hi, guys. Hi.
So they're up there in one of the booths controlling everything.
Hi.
Yeah. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi. I'm Jacob from Apify, working as an engineer, and I'm personally building an MCP server. And we prepared a little demo that we will show you with publishing AI agents built using Master on Apify, monetizing them, and then using them via the Apify MCP.
Awesome. Let me send you the restream so you can get on. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be 1 second.
All right.
All right.
It's on this laptop, actually.
Yeah, okay. We're almost done with the. So, you see?
No, we're gonna get him on the computer.
Yeah. We need to wait a bit.
Switch to this one. You can steal that. And let's be.
All right, Abhi, I'm gonna mute you.
Do it.
All right. While we wait, if you're watching this, feel free to drop a comment. If there's any, if you looked on the AI Engineer Paris site, is there any talks you wanted to see? Because someone from our team will probably have seen it, and maybe we can give you an update. I do think that everything, at least the main stage stuff, is live streamed. So if you are interested in seeing some of what's going on with AI Engineer Paris, you can tune in and see at least the keynotes, I think. And one of the things that I guess I'm impressed with is I didn't know what to expect. I'm from the U.S. I'm in the U.S. most of the time, and so I didn't know what kind of sponsors would be here. And it's a lot of the same faces I would expect to see in a New York or a San Francisco conference as well. So you have tons of really good high quality sponsors. You have tons of really good attendees. We've had some really good conversations. Hey, Jacob, you're back.
Hi guys, can you hear us?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, nice. So may I share the screen?
Yes, please do.
Yeah, let's go. So I'll share the screen. Let me share the whole screen. So at Apify, we prepared a little demo. So I'll open apify.com and show you the agent that we prepared. So it's travel agent for looking up flights on kiwi.com. So we have MCP servers deployed on Apify. So if you go to apify.com/MCP servers, let me just place the laptop servers. There is a bunch of MCP servers deployed. We used the Kiwi one, which allows you to search for flights, and I built a flight travel agent in Mastra. It was nice and easy. We could easily connect to Apify MCP server. So I just visited mcp.apify.com, selected a bunch of actors that I want to connect, got the URL, pasted it in Mastra, and it was like pleasant and easily integrated. So this actor is deployed on Apify. It's published. I priced it, so it's priced. It costs 25 cents for completing the task, and I connected the Apify MCP server to my Claude desktop instance. So as you can see, it's Apify connected in here. So I'll ask it to search for flights. So I'll ask use Apify travel agent to find me a flight from Paris to Prague on 2005 in the evening, for example, because we are leaving tomorrow in the evening. And let's hope for the best. I hope it will find the right actor and everything will work. Yeah.
That's so cool.
So now it's looking for the actor. So hopefully it will find the right one that we published.
Nice.
It didn't find the right
the right
one.
one.
Not the right one. Not the right one. Okay.
Live demos.
Yeah, it's a live demo. So I'll tell him to use the one from me because I just published it yesterday.
Okay.
It doesn't have much traction. So let's go use the yeah, not possible. Let's use the actor from me. Yesterday it worked, but yeah,
okay.
yeah. So it will
Nice.
call this actor, and it will now get the information about the actor, like what it can do, the input schema, and so on. So now it says, "Hey, perfect! I found the actor." It will prompt the agent, so you can basically use this as an agent-to-agent communication. So I hit approve. It will spawn the agent. The agent internally spawns the MCP server, so we can see on the platform. If I go to console, MC runs, it spawned the agent.
Wow.
We are also hosting Open Router proxy, so you don't have to bring your own Open Router key. You can use the Apify one,
Nice.
and the agent internally spawns the Kiwi MCP
Wow.
server, interacts with the Kiwi, searches for the best flights that fit the use case, and then it should present me the result.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so hopefully in a moment we will see how it presents the flights. Actually, I can even show the previous conversation. It found our flight that we'll be using tomorrow in the evening to get back to Prague, to our headquarters. So hopefully, nice. It found, this one, the first one, we will be using this flight actually.
Nice.
That's funny. So yeah, here is how you can easily deploy and monetize Apify agent on AI agent on Apify. We also provide a template. So if you go to apify.com/templates, here's, for example, Mastra agent template right here. You can just clone it and modify it easily and deploy it on Apify and monetize it.
Wow. Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's very
so
cool.
Guys.
Let's go back to the studio.
Yeah.
Yo, that was sick, right? That was sick.
Yeah.
A great demo.
Yeah.
Should come on Friday demo day.
Yeah, that was a really cool demo. Yeah, we always like to see cool use cases. I did like too, like the monetization aspect of it, and it was just,
Yeah.
and it's
Thank
always
you, guys.
always good to dog food and use your own tool. So you use it to book your own flight, so that's good.
Yeah. You can search and then easily book the flight through Kiwi.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Nice.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Get back on
Jacob.
the
Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah.
That's so nice to see real use cases like this using Mastra. I mean,
Yeah. We definitely that's one of the cool things that we've seen quite a few people. We met like just real world users that are using Mastra at the conference. It's always cool to see and ask questions like, what are you doing? And then, of course, that always leads to what challenges are you having? What problems? Because there's always problems, right? And I think then we're able to like work with them. If there are issues, we fix them. But most of the time, it's just nice to see that people are using Mastra in the wild and they're telling us all the cool things that they're building with it. So we do have I feel like this question's a little bit like bait. Satwick says, give me the quick TLDR, why people should use Master over Ligma chain. I'm assuming that means Lang chain. So I'm going to assume that's Lang chain. If I'm wrong, Satwick, I don't know what Ligma chain is. So, but why should you use
I think we are muted.
And yeah, one of the actors, one of
Put me back in.
all right.
There we are.
the actors
Satwick,
actually.
I will answer
Hey,
your
we
question.
got sponsor Wi-Fi, so we're doing better than that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
I can't hear this. I can't hear.
All right. See you.
Thank you.
Of course.
All right, Avi, I got to answer a question. So we got a question from Satwick of the TLDR, why people should use Master over LangChain. So I'm going to take this one.
Go ahead.
So first of all, if you are using Python and you're happy with using Python, like maybe you could still use LangChain, like maybe. There's maybe other, I would argue, better Python agent frameworks, but it's a relatively good, well understood option. If you want to use JavaScript and TypeScript, then I definitely would say you should be using Mastra. The documentation of LangChain is really confusing if you're trying to use JavaScript because you always end up on the Python docs. It's really, I don't believe, I kind of have a hot take that I don't think frameworks should be multi-language. Most good frameworks, whether they're web frameworks, game design frameworks, AI agent frameworks, typically should pick one language and just be very good at that one thing. And that's what we do at Mastra. So if you want to use JavaScript and TypeScript, you should use us. The one other thing that we have that I think our users really love is the fact that when you get started, there's a very good getting started experience, and you get this live local playground where you can test agents, you can see how agents interact with workflows, and we have all the primitives where you can kind of connect things. So we have the evals, we have scorers, we have tracing, we have all the things. It's kind of like an agent development environment in a box. So I would say that's the biggest differentiator is that it's kind of an all-in-one solution. It has kind of everything you need to get started.
Yeah, but you should also try those ones like side by side and see what is the experience to you.
Yes, build a simple agent in both and see which one's better to use. I think that then you might
Understand, yeah.
Yeah, you'd understand. You'd be able to make your own decision too. So I would highly recommend just do like the getting started. Spend 15 minutes with each, and then I believe you'll agree with us, especially if you want JavaScript and TypeScript. That's where we really shine because we don't support Python. All right, Abby, where are we going to next?
Going to Century, but the homie's not there yet, so I'll have to come back for that one.
All right.
But you see the Century booth. That's awesome. It's lunchtime here. See if I can find another familiar face.
Okay. For those of you that are just tuning in, we are doing this thing live from AI Engineer Paris. The sound quality is not the best. We're doing it raw, but we're having fun, right? And so hopefully you're here having fun with us. If you have questions, please drop it in. And Satwick had another comment. Currently using AI SDK, wondering if we should do the Mastra jump. So the nice thing about Mastra is it works really nicely with AI SDK. So this is actually very common that they start with AI SDK, but you want a more defined set of primitives like agents and workflows and agent networks, things that you'd have to build yourself on top of AI SDK, but we've kind of already done that work. And we obviously have the nice development playground and the tracing all baked in. But so Satwick, a lot of people use both, right? You use AI SDK for your model routing because Mastra is kind of built on AI SDK. Hey.
That's awesome.
You want to talk on it?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, we're with the Rise. Go ahead.
Hey, really nice to meet you. We're big fans of Mastra and Avi. It's the AI Engineer Paris. I've got the original AI Engineer shirt from the first one in San Francisco, but
Nice.
really excited to be on the live stream.
So what are you guys demoing here?
What are we demoing? So we want to flip the camera, but what we do is we're in the AI observability space in evals. We integrate with Mastra as well. So we've got Sally Ann in the picture right here. If you want to beautifully show the TV behind you.
Vanna White.
Vanna White, please.
Okay. Prompt learning. Prompt learning is something that is a little bit unique to us. It's a lot of research that we've done into the prompt optimization space. So you might be familiar with like a DS5 and like Pro and some of their other optimizers. We've done some research and compared the most common optimization frameworks and really found that the explanations that come from evaluation are extremely valuable and really important for optimizing your prompts. We're kind of working in the same modality as the model. What we're showing here is the prompt optimization task that lives in our platform. So this is something you can run on a data set with a Prompter Hub. It's automatically going to run, iterate through that feedback, and then produce a new prompt version for you. So super cool.
And was that released at your conference?
Yeah, at Observe early this year, and we're still making like more improvements. Like we're working on having like eval in the loop, so it can automatically run an experiment for you and like keep it iterating and improving. So I think there's a lot to come, and I definitely recommend checking out our blog post on it. A lot of good stuff.
Yeah. And we're working on a Mastra Arise observability package, so I think we'll be a little bit more closer too.
Absolutely, we're super excited for that.
Thanks for being on the live stream.
Of course.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
That's the point.
Cool.
Well, that was cool.
Yeah.
Did the sound come in that time?
Yeah, it was not, I mean,
Dude, sponsor Wi-Fi is the way to go.
yeah, it is. The quality is much better than before, for sure. But wait to we're not sponsoring, but I'm glad we got on the sponsor Wi-Fi.
We got on the sponsor Wi-Fi, which is great.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find some more people. But you guys keep talking.
Yeah. So I think, one of the interesting things, back to Satwik's question around AI SDK and Mastra. So, we're definitely, like, originally we were kind of built on top of AI SDK, and we still are very, what's up, Nick? We're still very tied closely to the AI SDK. So we use it for our model routing. So we do have a lot of people that, come to Mastra from AI SDK because they started using it and they wanted, a little bit more of the batteries included experience, which I guess is what Mastra provides. So it makes you have to make less decisions, but we still have a high level of flexibility and control.
I'm gonna come back to home base real quick. BRB.
Right. And yeah, and I all right, you gonna bounce? And so we'll probably keep this stream pretty short today. We didn't have normally we do this every day. Typically not every day, every week on Mondays, or usually around noon Pacific time, but we're in the EU. So if you're watching and you're in Pacific time, it's really early for you. So welcome. But we like to, when we do get the chance, do it on some different time zones to let people really get to hopefully interact with us, ask questions, and try to share knowledge that of the things that we're seeing. I did think that it's nice to see, because I always feel like I spend a lot of time in SF and I feel like we're in a little bit of a bubble of where like AI is very, very popular, right? But it's not. It's sometimes hard to see outside of that bubble. And of course you hear about New York, but it is really validating to see that there's a lot of excitement even in places that I haven't been. I've never been to Paris before, and there's a ton of, as you can all see, there's a ton of excitement. There's probably I don't know, maybe 1,000 people here, so it's a pretty big event. Abby's back. Welcome.
What's up, y'all? That was fun.
Question?
I'm gonna go back down there soon.
Yeah,
but just charging my devices.
Yeah. Well, we got a question here. I'll send this one to you, Abby. What about using LiveKit agentic framework and connecting Mastra for complex workflows and memory? So using, using another, maybe the more general question is, what about using another agentic framework with Mastra with workflows and memory?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So Mastra workflows are a very generic tool in our tool belt. You don't have to use Mastra agents with those workflows. So if you want to build a LiveKit agent that runs in Mastra workflows, you can. If you want to use OpenAI SDK, you can. Except the only difference right now is our agents use our memory primitive. And so you're not going to have that in the LiveKit, the world for those agents. But maybe in the future, we will build a generic memory so you can bring it to any other agents, but you can still run them in our workflows. But when you say LiveKit's an agent framework, I could say that's somewhat true, somewhat not true. It was a voice platform that became an agent framework. not the other way around. So, yeah. But you should use it if you like. If you're doing voice agents, it's pretty good. Vapi is also good.
Yep. So great question, Prithvi. Yeah, I mean, you want to go back down? Should we keep this at a half hour today, or do you want to do some more?
Yeah, we can go down. So we talked to those two. There are more people to talk to, except the technical challenges
Yeah.
of being down there. But maybe what we can do is we can go back down there, and then we can restream later as well.
Yeah, maybe what we'll do is we'll maybe give a stream for the people that are in the American time zones to maybe capture an end of the day stream, and we'll get a few more. But we did a half hour. We talked to some cool people.
Yeah.
We gave a little preview of what yesterday's keynote was about, I guess. And we'll maybe fill some people in later with some of the other stuff we learned from the sessions, from the keynotes, from just talking to people. I think, honestly, I enjoy the sessions, but I always know that I can watch the sessions after.
Yeah.
The thing that I like about conferences is that you meet people that are actually like building interesting, cool things. You can ask them questions, figure out, you kind of get a consensus around what are some of the biggest problems that people are running into.
Mm-hmm.
And the nice thing is the same things that we hear from just talking to users generally. So we're getting validation that people have a lot of questions on evals. How do you productionize and scale agents? How do you take, my agent has 124 tool calls. What do I do when I need to add, a dozen more, and it starts to break down the quality? Like those are the things that we hear when we're at conferences like this. And it's nice to then we talk the strategies that we see that are working with other Master users and hopefully help them, but also give validation on these are the problems that we need to provide really good patterns and examples to solve.
I think there's going to be a new class of asshole companies out there. We say big eval, but there's going to be something called big memory, because Neo4j has 5 talks trying to push their agenda on GraphRag and memory. Just throwing that out there. There might be a big memory thing in the future. Definitely can sense it here.
Yeah, there is something very interesting about that, and also that Swixt mentioned yesterday during the keynote. It's like there was this big picture of Excalibur, which was about, in the center there is a square. There was a square with written LLM, and everything around like voice, video, this kind of thing, memory with a question mark, all these kind of things. And if you replace LLM with Monstra, this is basically what we are. So what they think is the future is actually here and it exists, and we'll just make it a beast. So just wanted to say that.
But the fact that memory is a question mark in that diagram means big memory has an opportunity. And I'm
brains.
Nah, dude.
Prediction.
Dude, there's a memory company right there. Bunch of LLM platforms, shit. We got our homie Sentry. David, your booth looks tight. And our homies from Arise you saw earlier. So it's just interesting that these are the type of companies that get built from user problems, and some people are inventing problems to solve. So I'm just saying that.
All right. Well, with that, thank you all for tuning in. This has been kind of the weirdest AI Agents Hour as far as technical sophistication of trying to do a conference. Maybe we need some extra equipment next time, but then we'll be the guys walking around with all this extra sound equipment. Yeah. But it was fun, and we'll see you all. We'll probably do a live stream later.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see you all later.